We definitely love to welcome Jamal Britt, 110 hurdle specialist. Been tearing it up this year. Thanks for joining us, and yeah, let's just get right into it.
Thank you for having me.
I mean, I could kick it off
Yeah,
because Jamal, you've been too consistent this year. Like, obviously, there's like, all right, consistency, but you've been too consistent, like overly consistent throughout. I wonder what's been the secret to having such an amazing 2026 so far.
Yeah, really I my goal for this season was to just be consistent. I think because of last year I pretty much proved that I was like a 13-1 hurler, consistently, and my best days on 13-0. So then this season I just wanted to get better at that, try to consistently run 13-0 and on my best days run like sub 13. And beginning of the season, we were trying to figure out the schedule and stuff like that. And coach was telling me, like it's an off year, so why not running all these meets? If you really want to be consistent, just go for it. And I just been racing and racing, and each time I've been consistent and stuff like that. And the crazy part was like each race was so different. Like the times I ran like 13:07, like I would have a good first half and a terrible second half. Then the next race would be a bad first half and a great second half. And it's like, oh, and that in the next race after that it was like, oh, I didn't feel good, but I still ran 13:07. And it's like, oh, I was just waiting on, okay, where's this the sub 13 coming, and I ran 12:99 in LA. Then Zagreb I ran, 12:98. I was like, okay, cool, I'm consistent. Then Paris came, and the funny thing is, the night before that race, I was watching like old hurdle videos, pretty much the meet record videos. So I watched mainly David Oliver, because that was like the more recent. I believe that was the one at the exact track, and
Hmm.
he ran 12:89,
Yeah.
and the next day I ran 12:89. I was like, oh well, I need to start like watching videos like that. Then pre came, then I watched Lu Jang ran, even though his was windy, it was like 12:87. Then I went to pre, I ran 12:86. I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep doing this.
that's cool, man. That's cool.
That is kind of wild. But even before then, because you were mentioning, because 1307 was your personal best for some years at this point, right? Was it like 2 or so years and like entering this year?
Yeah, so like my first year I went 13-0, I ran 13:09 and 13:08. Then 2024 I PR and ran 13:07. Then last year I went 13:08. Then
Hmm.
this year I started with 13:07, 13:07 until I hit that sub 13 range.
Because I was gonna say, because you ran 1307 like what 3 or 4 times this year, like back to
Yes.
back to back. I
Oh,
wonder if it was, and obviously you were breaking down like sometimes it felt good, sometimes whatever. I wonder if like you ever got in your head of like, yo, what is going on? Like, is this am I ever gonna get over this?
Yeah, no, I was literally like in China, because the first time in it was just like, okay, well, like I got there late. It's just a matter of just making sure my body feels good, see what happens. I went 13:07. I'm like, okay, like I ran it again, so okay, the next meet I might run faster. And I felt great that meet, and it came out, it was 13:07. I was literally looking at the camera like, what, like what's going on? Like it's right there, but I can't get it.
yeah.
But I just try to keep my head down and keep working, and I just knew it was coming. So, because I mean, like I said, this is like the most I've been consistent. So I just kept doing what I know I can do.
The hurdles has definitely taken a few steps forward this year, particularly. Even when you look at the fastest hurdlers in the world ever, right? Like there's a progression usually, and there's like an inching of going faster and faster. But to have two athletes in the same year, this has never happened before ever. To have two athletes run 12:8 more than once in the same season, that has never happened before. Like anybody that's in the top, what I think top 10 is 12:90 or faster. None of the people in the top 10 have ever ran 12.8 twice, and we have two people that have done it now.
Yeah.
What is your opinion on how we got here? What that's felt like in terms of training, and like what changed for you particularly to take that step forward?
Yeah, for sure, like our event is growing every year. Obviously, there's always the big group that we have, and there's always another like college athlete that's coming up in the rankings and stuff like that. So really, like for me and Coach Johnson, it's just focusing on just really progressing and trying to really, how would I say, really f focus on the impossible.
Hmm.
And that number can be anything in terms of time, you know. So I know like when I first got down here in North Carolina, he said, I can be the greatest ever, I can run, you know, 12.9, 12.8 and stuff like that and break the world record. The only way we had to do is just get there. So really since we had that conversation last year, it's been he's like he makes sure everything is perfect. So if it doesn't look like it's, I guess you can say 12.8 at the time in practice and stuff like that, it's not enough, Obviously he's still gonna show, positive, the positive side of it and everything and stuff like that. But he know what it takes to get there. And I think that was like the big step for it this year because okay, we knew where we was at last year after finishing up. It's like, okay, now it's time to pretty much turn it up at what I was really lacking in. And, for me, it was the first five hurdles. Like, I was a 13-year-old hurdler,
Yeah,
and the last time I ran 7.5 was in 2022.
yeah.
And I've been consistently running like, 7.6 and stuff like that, and 7.8. So I just wasn't good in the first part. So, this indoor season, I pretty much how I set myself up outdoor, just try to run races and try to get consistent and be race ready. And when it came to indoor championships, I ended up breaking that 7.5 barrier for the first time.
Yeah.
Even though I felt like I could go a little bit faster, but like it was just something that was new to me. So
I was gonna ask that because
yeah,
you kind of beating around the bush a little bit because what does getting better look like for Jamal Britt? Because at that point you were 13:07 guy. You had run 10:28 at Grand Slam, right?
mm,
Was it fitness? Was it technical? Was it speed, like raw speed, absolute speed, or was it just like focusing on a certain part of the race? And it sounded like focusing on the first part of the race has been a big difference because you've always been a closer. As long as I've been
yeah,
racing you, you can close. If you're not closing hard and you racing Jamal Britt, you got something to watch out for. But
Jamal
yeah,
closed like a train. Yeah.
yeah. Really,
I'll never forget. I'll never forget NACAC in 2022. Like I felt you breathing. I was in lane about four, you were in lane eight, but I felt you breathing somehow. But yeah, sorry.
yeah, really, I I guess I would definitely say it was a bit on everything, but for sure I would say in terms of foot speed and quickness. Because in college I was a 400 hurdler, so I still kind of like had that 400 hurdle base. Like I could run, but I just wasn't quick in the beginning. So when Coach Johnson, he was pretty much telling me like we just need to like actually like run some hundreds and sprint and stuff like that because you can close. It's just a matter of you just actually being quick in the beginning because I even know when I'm coming down and close at the end, that's how I need to be when the first five hurdles. So it's a matter of just try to put that part in the beginning, then anything is possible. So really, for sure, foot speed. We make sure like before we like start hurdling, or at least hurdling in terms of competition and stuff like that. We try to get some 60 races or 100-meter races, 200 and stuff like that. So, because like for example, like Trey, he's a sprinter as well. So I think that's why he's so good at what he does. And for me, I was good at closing, but I really wanted to be good in that first half because
All right.
if I'm there then it's pretty much okay. Well, everybody else has to work hard to catch up to me.
Hmm.
Speaking on that, because you're breaking down like the things you're doing in training, the things you're doing to get better at your race. Throughout this year, and I forget the exact dates, but there was a little pocket from like maybe it was from like the Doha Diamond League all the way up until like maybe Hungary, maybe it was London, but like you were racing, it seemed like every other day. And obviously not just in the United States, you were going to Asia, you were going to Europe, like
Y-
all the way around. So A, I guess why the why racing so much, but then B, when did you get the chance to train, to like lock in and just train?
Oh yeah, I didn't train. I did not train at all. I like literally once I got back from from what was it London, Coach Lou was just breaking it down like. Yeah, you really haven't been training for the past like 2 months. Like you just been racing. Like even with the little gaps in between while I'm racing, like it's only like at most I get like 3 days of training, and it's really two because I get a break in one of those times. So yeah, like literally once London came, I mean I felt great, and it was like okay, like I lost that sharpness. Like I need to go back and train. That's what I've been missing this whole time.
But how did you maintain such a high level of consistency? Because that's the pocket where you, like you said, LA, you hit that 1299, and then obviously, pre and all that stuff like Paris pre. How were you able to maintain that high level despite not getting that quality training in that you might have needed?
Yeah, so it's because RS is it's different than open events like the 100, 200, 400. Like RS is literally rhythm. So you just need to bring in enough speed just into the hurdles, and you just gotta bring focus on your technique. So the fact that I ran these amount ran amount of races, my rhythm was locked. So. I know when I was running, was it 12, not 12, 1307 a couple of times, it's like, okay, well, when I went to Rome, even though I fell, I knew I was gonna run sub 13 that race because I actually felt like it was definitely a different pattern. So when I went to LA, even though that pattern wasn't as fast as Rome, I knew it was still sub 13. Maybe the borderline 13 flat, but I knew it was a different race. Then Zagreb, it was probably like how would I say? Even though it was a PR, but it felt like 1307. But it was
Mm.
sub 13. I was like, okay, cool. Then Paris, that's when I was like, all right, I got 2 rounds. And in that first round, I actually got out, but I pulled back because I was scared I was gonna hit a hurdle because the rhythm was something I never felt. Then when it came to the final, it was just like, man, we just gotta let it all go and just see what we can do. And that became 1289. And I was like, okay, like we're on the right. I know my rhythm now. So when it comes to racing, I know where I'm at in terms of rhythm and stuff like that, even on my bad days and stuff. So, and pre was more of a. It started to felt like I was running 1307 again because I was just trying to compete, and that race didn't feel like I was going 12-8 again. So it's just a matter of just keep racing and getting the rhythm down. I mean, some people are different. Some people might need 30 races. Some people only might need 5. It just depends on who you are.
Yeah, let's count how many races you're at now at this point. Do
Son,
you know how many? Because we were in
I,
Paris, we talked about this in Paris. I was like, dang, bro, how many races you had? And then we were literally sitting at the in the warm-up track. I was like, bro, you had 15 races or something.
yeah, yeah. I think right now just outdoor itself in the hurdles, not including the ones that like I fell and stuff like that. I think I ran 20 races, 20 or
now you
21.
Yeah, 20,
Yeah.
you
20,
can't.
20.
I mean, you can't exclude that. I mean, like in Rome, it's like sure you fell, but like you basically it was like you ran
Yeah,
the race. You know what I'm
you
saying?
ran the
Yeah.
race. You did the warm-up. You had 4 reps over 6 during the warm-up or whatever it was, and one
Yeah.
rep over 7.5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, do you
Uh,
think because it's interesting. A lot of people get to a point where they're running their fastest times and they try to cut back because you want the training to lead to a peak performance versus like having all of these races and this huge volume of work. and then the fast races are like sprinkled in that. Can you
Mm.
see yourself adopting this model for the coming years? Like, I just need to go out here and get races. You know what I mean? Like, find my rhythm, lock it in, figure out where my body's at, and then keep going from there. Or can you see yourself like saying like, oh, I know what rhythm I need to get there. Let me just find it in training and then go race. Like, I don't need to do it. Like, I'm comfortable enough now. I don't need to get every single race. Um, do you see yourself keeping that high volume of races, or do you see yourself scaling it back?
For sure, for sure I'm scaling back. 20 races is too much, but I think since now I have the rhythm, I don't need to race that much, but I've always been a person that needs races to get the rhythm, so it will be scaled back just a little bit, but I'll definitely be at a lot of meets, like 20, I think by the time I finish the season, I have ran 25 races outdoor, if I'm mistaken by counting, if you count rounds and stuff, so, but I'll definitely be consistently running as much race as I can. It's just a matter of how I feel. I mean, I ran 12.8 twice, so I know the feeling of it. And unless I'm trying to like, go above and beyond, and maybe I might throw in a little bit more races. But it all depends on like how I am and how my body's feeling and what coach is happy with.
Yeah, that
Okay.
makes sense.
So what else you have left? You'll be Lausanne, Silesia, obviously Ultimate Champs. Will you be like Diamond League final as well?
Yes, I am.
Got you. Okay. Okay, so you'll cap off with like
Hmm.
five
Wait,
five
what was it?
more.
What was that second one
Yeah.
you said?
Oh,
He said,
wait, did I pronounce it wrong? I'm gonna
I
be
don't
honest.
know. I don't know how to say it. I
I said
don't.
Silesia. I don't know if that's okay.
Cilicia.
I thought it was Celestia, but like, who
So
knows?
that's,
Okay.
I don't know.
I
I
don't
be
know.
pronouncing countries wrong, and I be hearing that. I just like, look, I'm
Yeah,
just
try
reading it,
to
and
say
I'm trying to pronounce
that X word from China. Shaman,
Jamin,
Shaman. I don't know how to
yeah.
say it. Yeah.
I don't know. Listen, I think I said it once, and someone was like, "Nah, it's this," and I'm like, "Okay," and I just went with
Yeah.
that. But like, this person could have been completely wrong. My
Yeah.
bad.
Um, okay, looking
Crazy.
forward, how are you feeling and what are your thoughts about World Ultimate Championships? Just initial thoughts.
Yeah, I'm actually excited. Like especially today, I just found out that we're actually supposed to be wearing kits, so we're supposed to be representing our country. So that's a new thing I didn't know about.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah,
Mm.
so we're gonna be
Wait,
wearing.
wait, no, I knew that. I knew that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
Wait,
didn't know
did I know
anything
that?
about that, but I didn't
Mm.
because like it's so new,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
and
I thought it
they
wasn't gonna be. I thought it wasn't gonna be
I guess it's like you don't get like USATF
selected.
doesn't do the
Right.
selection, but like
Mhm.
you wear the USA
Oh,
kit.
well, this is new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was pretty excited. I was like, oh, I get to wear, a
The way
USA
you,
kit
where, yeah,
again.
that's
So
cool.
yeah,
Yeah,
so I was pretty excited about that. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about the second half of the season because I actually gave my time body to rest, and training's been good, and just last week, coach says I'm looking, back to my old self. I was going into pre, so. It's a matter of just trying to lock in on the second half because I know
yeah,
these next couple races is not easy. So,
yeah, yeah.
and it's from beginning to end. So it's a matter of just trying to go out there and compete and see what I can do.
You know,
Mm.
I'm excited as well because I know when it's high pressure moments, it brings out the best in you for sure. Like
Yes.
you know, I mean, obviously we've competed against we compete against each other and all the other hurdlers for such a long time. You know when
Hmm.
people can get to those moments and bring it, and you
Yeah.
definitely have that. And also the exciting part is there's no pressure. You know what I mean? Like you got 2 rounds one day, you're already on the team, you already have an amazing year going for you.
Yes,
You got a new
exactly.
truck, boy. I seen that. Literally, what was that? What
Yeah.
was that earlier this year? You when we had our Instagram Zoom, you're like, bro, I just got my car at the shop, my car tripping. Like,
Yeah, like
I'm just trying to get on my feet, and
yeah, exactly. Literally, my car since I've been gone has just been sitting in front of my house, just dead. It's like
oh
I literally
no,
got a battery change and everything. And then 2 days later, it just stopped working. I had to
oh
buy another
man,
That's
alternator.
crazy.
It was just like I
That's
had to like get a
crazy.
new car, and especially the fact that I was racing a lot and money was coming in, I was actually able to get that.
that's
So,
amazing. That's amazing,
so
amazing.
yeah.
So like, yeah, going into World Ultimate, it's like you already having a great year. things are lining up for you well. Like there's
Mm-hmm.
no pressure. You already on the team. So like I
Mm-hmm.
know this meet will draw out the best in so many athletes. And I'm excited to see what Jamal does for sure, man. I've always
Yeah,
yeah.
most definitely. I don't know. You might see like 7 Americans in the finals.
Literally,
Yo,
literally,
legit, there's
literally,
mad
literally.
Americans qualified. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Is that how many who all okay, so Cordell's going. Do we all
You
know
got
who's going?
I'd assume Jacoby Tharp is going too.
Jacoby's going.
Yeah, Jacoby going,
Trey.
Trey. Hopefully, I know Jamal Marshall is trying to get in there.
Okay,
Of
Ooh.
course, you
okay.
maybe got me. That's five. I'm trying to think of who
Maybe
else am I
maybe Ken
missing.
it could be
Oh
Kendrick
yeah,
Smallwood, right?
yeah,
He might be
Kendrick
in there.
Smallwood. Yes, Kendrick Smallwood. I forgot.
Do we know if Grant is going?
I'm not sure. I'm
Mm.
not
Because
sure.
I think so the people that got the automatic bid were reigning world champ,
Oh yeah,
Jacoby
And
Tharp,
the reigning
and
Olympic
reigning
champ.
Olympic
and
champ.
then
Hmm.
But I know we all know he hasn't raced, but I know around pre he posted a video that was his like first
Ah,
time back over hurdles because
mhm.
yeah.
um people were thinking he was going to go race at pre, but then he posted, "Oh, this is my first time over hurdles or second time or something over hurdles."
Yeah,
So maybe
yeah,
he's had enough time to get back in shape and get some speed. So like maybe he'll go maybe not. But at that point that's seven, I think, seven Americans.
yeah. Seven,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
So it's
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Well, all right. So I do want to ask because you kind of dipped it in, got the car situation. You mentioned that you got some money coming in now. What's up with this Nike situation? Like, yeah, yo,
Yeah.
listen,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I know Freddie kind of felt it back in 2024, but like there was a lot of love of like, yo, Jamal, get this,
Yeah.
get Jamal signed. Pop up at pre with the
yeah,
kit. Not only do you
yeah.
pop up at pre at with the kit, you win the race, obviously in
One.
a
Yeah.
massive time. I mean, so just talk through like how that kind of came together and everything.
Yeah, so that literally happened. Honestly, I had like talks of, brands were interested in me, and it was pretty exciting, but I was really wasn't trying to like focus on that just because I know how it is, and the more you think about it, it's just gonna be longer and longer. But
100%.
so I was really just focusing on like just my performance. So, and I know like when I was at Paris, Coach Johnson was like so nervous. At least what Gabby, my girlfriend, she was telling me and stuff like that. Just like, oh, Jamal has to like win this race and stuff like that. Because I think there was like three people, that or two people that they were looking at, which was Smallwood and Jacoby. I was also on sponsor, so it was like three people for contracts on the table. But at that time, I wasn't really necessarily like just thinking about. I was just gonna go out there and race.
Yeah.
Then I
As you
ran
should.
1289. Then I wasn't even on my phone and at all. Then I went back to my hotel room. My agent called me, pretty much congratulating me, stuff like that. And he was like, "Oh yeah, what's your size? Nike wants you to wear the uniform at pre." So I was like, "Oh really? Yeah." Then he was telling me everything they want me and stuff like that. So I went up to back to the States, only be there for one day because Nike want to fly me out to the campus, and end up signing and stuff. So I put down pen and paper and stuff like that. Then I didn't. I just kept it hush until I walked out with the uniform out. And it was even more crazy because it was like pre. So it's like, oh, now mind you, you got everybody in the race, and now I'm a Nike athlete at Prefontaine. So it's like now I have to go out there and do my best. So, and the rest has been history.
That's awesome.
And
That's
that's crazy because it was like that was right after Jacoby had set the world record at NCAA's and
Hmm.
on the same track, and now you're walking out as the new Nike athlete. You're like, okay, I gotta show and prove a little bit.
yeah,
Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Most definitely, I had to represent the check. So
What were your thoughts on the line? What were you thinking before that 1286? What were the cues in your head?
honestly, like I knew this was like a race that the start of season, this was a race that I checked off my calendar because like if there was like any race, but if you throw away USA's and Ultimate Championship, this was the race I wanted to like actually go out there and win because I knew everybody was gonna be in the field and stuff, and 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 especially the fact that I was being unsponsored, I was unsponsored at the time and stuff like that. I wanted to like prove like, like I can be as good as everybody, people next to me on the line and stuff. So, just going out there even after everything and stuff like that, I really just stayed true to me. Obviously I knew for a fact that I had to lock in on my technique because it's literally had a perfect race. I mean, Jacoby's been on fire this entire season. He's been consistent as well, just as me. So, but he's been running a little bit faster than me. So it was a matter of just, just go out there and compete and know and do the best I know I can do. So, and I ended up with the dub, and I was pretty shocked because, like I said, I'm a new Nike athlete, and big PR meet record. It was great. It was a great feeling.
It was magical. It was magical.
Cross the line looking like Superman and come out with the whole thing. Cross the like that was that was all you for that moment, which was dope, which was dope. Um, yeah, I kind of spoke about it a little bit before. I know Freddie was mentioning like NACAC in 2022, and we mentioned it in our last conversation with Anavia, but do you pay attention to like other athletes in the race when whether it's like you're on the line, you're like thinking about, who's in the other lanes, or even as you're like going over the hurdles, are you like, oh man, like I don't know, I'm behind, I gotta move. Like, do you pay attention to like what's going on in the other lanes next to you?
Not necessarily. I know, like the beginning of my career, I did, but it's got to a point where I know how I literally watch all these athletes run. Rather it's me, because obviously when I watch film of me running, they're always in a race and stuff like that, and I try to figure out what I could do better at and stuff. So I know how everybody runs. So it's like, okay, if I have to win, I got to do this and this in order to, cross the line first. So I really just try to focus on myself and really have the mindset of me not beating somebody, they're trying to beat me. And since then, like I said, I've been consistent and I've, been locked in on myself this whole time. And so far I've been doing great.
For your next race, which hurdle race will you be watching to try to lock in? Which because you say you watched David Oliver before Zagreb, and then you watched
Oh,
Luge before.
I don't know. I'm trying to think what is the meet record in that meet, but I don't know. We'll see.
Oh,
I know
oh,
I
they
might.
were both the meat record of the
Yeah,
meet.
they're both. Well,
Oh,
David
Yeah.
okay.
Holler wasn't a meet record because I think was it Robles ran like 87 on the pair track, but
I
I'm not sure. I might have to watch Coach Johnson because when he's in championship
Yeah.
season he's always consistent and locked in. So
well, Lausanne is actually Liu Jiang. I just looked it up. It's 1288 by Liu Jiang.
oh yeah,
Liu
when he
Jiang.
broke the world record there,
That was the
yeah,
world
yeah,
record
yeah,
back in the
Hmm.
day,
yeah.
2007. So
Yeah, yeah. So
that's
I
right.
have to watch that again and see what's on
Yeah.
that.
And this question made me tear up. This was at USA. I don't know if you saw it, Anderson, but I don't know the girl's name. I've seen her a million times, but I don't know her name. But she asked me a question that like really, really got to me. If you were to send a message to Jamal Britt from the first year or the first big year of track and field, like when you were first starting out, if you were
Hmm.
to give him a message and kind of encourage him in that space, what would you say?
Oh, dang, that's a
That's a
bit
that's a
deep.
crazy question,
Yeah, that's
right?
a crazy
Oh my
question.
God. Like she asked me at the end of my season. I was like, oh, I want to ask you that.
That's deep.
Yeah, I mean, man, I definitely, you know what? I mean, I would definitely say continue what you're doing. I mean, just throughout my path I've been on, through the years and stuff like that, from high school, college, and even now and stuff, man, like. You can do anything that you believe in. Just regardless of what is coming at you, continue to do what you do, and anything will happen. I think that will be the message because that is a message I still live by this day. Obviously, I'm still growing and growing to be Jamal Britt and also trying to reach the goals that I want to, reach by the end of my career. So I just really continue, regardless of what is coming at you, hitting you, you get back up and continue to go.
So, we've never talked about this. On your Instagram account, you put Cherokee Native or Cherokee Nation.
Oh yes, I am. Yeah, I'm native. Not a lot of people know that, but yeah, I'm Native American, and I'm part of the Cherokee Nation.
Oh, that's really interesting. Can you tell me more about that? What does that look like?
Yeah, so like so it's a big company where Cherokee, obviously Cherokee tribe, they usually like fund people and stuff like that for whatever their needs and stuff like that, for especially like a situation like mine where I'm an athlete and I'm, trying to represent them at the best I can. And I would say my grandparents, my dad, my uncle and stuff, they've been with Cherokee for about, I want to say like more than a decade. So, and I was able to get with them this year, finally finalizing my paperwork after like, a long process of just trying to make sure, to prove everything. But yeah, I got the chance to talk to them. They were funding me a little bit in turn and going forward my journey. So it's been great, and I'm just trying to like represent them the best that I can.
That's really interesting, man. That's
Mm.
cool. Has this been a part of like your journey in your life for a while, or is this something that you're like slowly trying to ingrain more? What does that look like?
It's definitely been part of my life. I just right now I'm just really trying to show more of it. Like I said, not a lot of people know that.
Hmm.
I just like I'm just a chill, quiet kid that
Is
just
that by
be focused on
design?
myself.
Did you not want people to know, or is it just something that you just don't talk much and people just don't know because you don't talk much?
Yeah, I just don't talk to it that much, and that's probably just me. Part of me. Obviously, if people ask and stuff like that, of course, I will bring it up anytime. But I'm just trying to show more of it, just for the fact that they support me throughout my journey and stuff. They wrote a couple articles about me before I even started my season. So, but they've been showing love, and it's been great.
Man, that is really cool. Not only you being part of that, but like showcasing it. That's like dope. Because you never know. Like there might be more well, not even necessarily more athletes from on like the high level, but like maybe there's high school athletes, college athletes who are like,
Mhm.
yo, I can look up to Jamal. Like he's representing for us out here. So that's actually really, really cool.
Yeah, most definitely. I think that's like regardless of even if it's not just them, but just show a prime example of just kids or people that look up to me and stuff. Like I said, I came a long way from to get to where I am, and for me, I just want to be the best version of myself and show a prime example just for the people that are struggling or want to represent what their native tribes going forward.
Mm.
So I do know one person. She was on the team with me in Budapest. Her name is Janae Casanavoid.
Oh
Yes.
yes, yes,
So
yes.
she look like she's Comanche. I think that's the tribe that she is from, and she has that in her Instagram as well. Um, that's the only other person that I know, but like I definitely would love to know more. I'm one of those. I'm definitely interested in that. We can obviously talk about that as friends. But do you want to share like some of their culture with us? Do you know any of it? Is it something that
Uh,
like nah, let's not talk about it? Like I don't know. I would be
I'm
like,
still.
what food do y'all eat? What kind of clothes? I
Ready
would
trying
like
to pull
that's
everything out.
Yeah, no, for real. I'm still fairly new to everything, so I'm probably not the best person right now, but I'm still learning, and they're helping me throughout the journey. So at the point right now, I don't have nothing. But next
yeah.
time we have an interview, you bring another question, I make sure I have
Yeah.
it.
Do you think it's like regional? Obviously, you say you're Cherokee. Is it more back home? Because you're from Nevada. Is there more of that culture back home?
So
In
yeah, so it's actually in Oklahoma where they actually have just a I don't want to say like just a city area, but just an area in Oklahoma that's literally all Cherokee Nation. And even in North Carolina, I haven't been there yet, but I've been to the one in Oklahoma because I had to drive down there from Arkansas at the time to fill out my paperwork and to get approved and get all like the benefits of it. Because like I said, they do a lot. They do a lot of funding. You get free health insurance, dental insurance, and
Oh
especially at the
wow.
time, I didn't really have all that, and
Amazing.
and like I said, it was something I definitely needed, and something I definitely needed at the time because, like I said, everybody in my family was enrolled in it, but me. So I'm like I said, I'm
Wow.
fairly new to it. I'm still working.
Yeah.
I'm still working on it.
Yeah.
But like I said, next time you ask me, I'll have everything down.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah. I mean, you've had a busy year. Some would say you've had a
Yeah,
busy
I mean, look, yeah,
year.
yeah, so busy, bro. Like I've been, trust me, I've been learning everything, but it's just hard on the go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Literally,
For
you
sure.
can't even train, let alone, get the time to like do all this stuff. So, does do these things feel validating in a sense where, so in this case, getting the kind of recognition from the Cherokee Nation, like having, people support you on that end, obviously, signing with Nike and having them behind you, having just like overall community, does it feel validating of like, yo, all right, I've been putting in this work and finally things are starting to come together. Like, do you get that feeling?
Yeah, I like it's been crazy because like everything hasn't truly hit yet, but like there's been like moments throughout the times like when I signed, maybe like London for sure. Once I got back from London and stuff, I was like, man, like this past week, I signed, I not only that, I run, how many races? Four Diamond League races, which is, very hard to do in this sport in terms besides, like Olympics and world championships and stuff. And now, getting earning so much money and seeing, the numbers in my account and not be able to buy a car, 2 days ago and stuff that something I needed, it's been mind blowing. I can't say it's what you call. I'm not 100% terms of feeling everything now, but it's like it's what I be thinking about, like everything that's going on, especially from what my girlfriend has been telling me, my uncle, grandfather, all family members and friends and stuff like that, and just listening, in terms of their view, it's just like wow, like I did that, and honestly, the story's not over yet. This is just the beginning, but it's just been crazy for me.
I think we hit everything. We hit a lot of stuff.
Yeah, man. It,
In terms of Jamal's career and this season he's having.
yeah.
Um, hit World Ultimate Champs. We hit Nike. We hit a lot of stuff. I don't think I have anything else. I think I'm
Yeah,
excited to
listen, it is crazy because again, like there's been so many people supporting your journey over the past few years, and to like not only see it come into fruition of like obviously you getting signed, but like now going to World Ultimate Championships, knowing you put in the work to qualify, right? It wasn't like, oh,
Mhm.
I made the team. It's like, nah, I put in the work over the course of, a bunch of meets over the course of a year to qualify there. You're running the times, right? I don't even know if you mentioned your, obviously we've been saying you're 12.86, but like number five all time? Like,
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, listen, you've done so much. So all of it is like very well deserved. This is really just the start for you. This year, it's like you're laying the foundation and like building off all the things you did before, but like it's really just the start, as we look forward. So huge
Yeah.
kudos to you, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I mean, me and Coach have been working hard. This year it was like obviously we didn't know how big Ultimate Championship was, but I think the goal was this year was to be consistent and really just try to set myself up for these next 2 years because it's how you already see how the event is this year. Next couple years is not slowing down. So
right. Yeah.
really was just trying to set myself up to be great, and when it comes, world championships and Olympics, especially in LA, it's time to, not just win, medals, it's just to win the medal. So, I'm pretty excited about this journey. And I know it's not gonna be easy, but I've been through so many challenges in my life. Why not keep going?
Well, you
Right.
cooking.
Exactly. Exactly.
Hmm.
You cooking, man. All right,
All
Jamal.
right. Well, thank you so much for jumping in with us. It's been a pleasure. It's always a pleasure to chat with you on here. You know how we go way back, and so we thank you for giving us all the information, giving us shedding some light on your journey and your process. We wish you all the best as you go overseas on Tuesday, and we'll definitely be watching and cheering you on from this side of the sport.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it truly, and I appreciate you guys having me.